Hello, everybody. Today we're asking the question, is the college essay dead? Well, it could be. According to this Atlantic article, which we will link in the description, yes, the college essay is dead. Now, it's really relating this article to this new AI system app website called ChatGPT. And in this website, it can generate essays. It can even generate rhyming poetry. And Jacob, when I saw that it can generate rhyming couplets and poetry, I thought, is that such a bad thing? I mean, nobody writes rhyming poetry anymore. It's just word salad. It's try to be clever.
Where was this 30 years ago, man?
Yeah, poetry's dead. So if this AI can write rhyming poetry, I say bring it on. We need to spruce up poetry. But back to our situation and our focus, this AI can now write essays. And according to a University of Toronto professor, it's just as good or better than a lot of MBA essays at this point. That's pretty alarming if you think about the state of MBAs, I guess, MBA papers these days. But
yeah,
I think at the heart of this essay is the tension between technology and the humanities. Did you know, according to this article, as of 2017, that the number of English majors had nearly halved since the 1990s? Cut it in half. History enrollments have declined by 45% since 2007. So the article is making this argument that the humanist understanding of technology is limited.
Yeah.
And it's kind of moving past. The technology is just speeding on without it. And so I guess my question is it dead? Is the college essay dying? Is this something to be concerned about? If so, how do we address this problem, Jacob?
I don't think, when I first read, Ruben, I don't think what I'm about to say, you might poo-poo it right away. But let me just tell you, when I first read it, I was thinking, hey, why can't these kids at the colleges just write their essays in front of their professor on good old pen and paper? If they're worried about getting their essay, the professors are worried that these kids are doing their essays with this AI program. Why can't they just do it the old-fashioned way? What's the issue?
Well, no, I'm not poo-pooing. I think that might have been mentioned in the article.
I don't remember that being mentioned.
That you could just, yeah, you can't. I think at one point the article mentions no more take-home essays.
That's right. Okay, that's true. You can't do that. You're right. If you're allowing to, and if you're agreeing that, hey, the AI is here to stay, and if that's true, then you can't take those essays home anymore. But I think, and then again, we're the humanities and the history departments, they're not moving forward if they do that though as well, right? Because I think that the article was also arguing that, hey, and you mentioned it, that we need to come on the ride because the sciences and the math, engineering are already ahead in these areas.
So I'm hearing what you're saying is stay the course, just don't take it home. Write the essay in class. That's basically.
Well, yes and no. That's what my initial thought. Then at the end of the paper, they're saying, hey, wait a minute. We, like you mentioned, the humanities and the history are way behind the sciences and the math, right? And the other departments like that. So if that's so, which I think it gives a good argument, then we need to get on board. And how do we get on board though? It didn't really give us any like how-tos. I mean, unless I missed it, Ruben. So I felt like I was frustrated. Like, well, what do we do next? What's the next step? I don't know what the next step is. Do you?
I don't know. I feel like there is a silver lining here that we're missing, in the sense that You know that we expend so much energy on the essay. Uh, we especially in the finals, we give a final. At least the English teachers, we give this final essay, this final paper. The students work so hard on it. The teachers work so hard to grade it, and I'm wondering why. Why exactly are we working so hard on one particular thing? Students
Yeah.
take the essay knowledge to college, and that's pretty much it. You have to be able to write an essay so that you can write essays in college. But then what? People complain about algebra. Oh, I never use algebra again. Well, how many times do students, do kids and adult? I mean, when I say kids, how many times do we write essays now? Now that we're out here in the real world.
No, I mean, you're right. Maybe the focus has to be on writing like things that we do need to write. What is that? Maybe how to write a good paragraph. That's it.
Or maybe speaking, or
Mm,
maybe analyzing,
good
or
point.
maybe listening. There are other skills in the
Yeah.
world besides writing the essay.
Yeah.
So I've mentioned this on the channel at least one other time when we looked at Alexander Hamilton's life, but he wrote his papers first as speeches. He would walk and he would speak passionately about these subjects that ended up becoming Bill of Rights, that ended up becoming essays in the Bill of Rights. These were things he spoke first in speeches,
Yeah.
and he only did it because he was passionate.
Yeah.
They contrast that to what we do to our students. We say, write a paper on this,
Yeah.
including me. And so I'm already trying to shift away from the essay, or at least the traditional way of doing it. And so we read Death of a Salesman, me and Earl and the Dying Girl as examples for 11th grade. And I gave them a list of questions and they got to pick two to write about.
Oh.
But I don't know.
Well, I mean, like Hamilton, though. I mean, he wrote the Federalist Papers. He was making arguments for the Constitution.
I meant the
mean,
Federalist Papers. I said Bill of Rights. I meant
yeah. That's what I knew what you meant. But that being said, well, then should kids at least know how to give an argument? But you could do that orally as well as writing it, correct? Because I
Right.
think you should be able to give an argument. Because today I gave my final and it had to do with arguing nature versus nurture. You know, why do people do the things they do? Is it nature or is it nurture? And so I said, just take a stand. What is it? You know, but you make a good point. Do you have to write a big old long essay? As long as you able to state your argument, state your point, and then boom, and you could do that orally as well.
Short response.
Short response.
Short
That's
response.
it. Short responses.
Blog post.
I'm not sure if a lot of people are going to like this, Rube. I think this is definitely a change of mentality, don't you think?
Right, but maybe it's time it has come. Maybe the essay has come, because I look around the world, like I enjoy the New Yorker. I might have mentioned this before on this channel. The New Yorker is a cool magazine that has essays in it, but nobody reads it anymore. I don't even read it anymore. So I think that there's probably a silver lining to this. We just need to see it.
Yeah.
In fact, Chat GPT is this AI that is generating these essays. It also is there to support teachers because it generates lesson plan ideas.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
And the only reason why I'm not going into detail about it is because I just sort of been playing with it.
Okay.
And it is getting more and more powerful by the day. It is access because people have figured it out. This Atlantic article is being shared left and right, and it's getting stronger and stronger. It crashes a little bit, but it is a major support to teachers. I think we need to look at this, and I think when I figured it out, and I'll play with it a little bit, maybe we'll do a video on it, because from what I'm understanding, it's a real great tool for teachers.
Oh, cool.
So I think in the future, teachers are not going to be maybe called teachers. I think they're going to be called coaches, or they're going to be called mentors. I know we still call them that in some circles, but right now I'm not sure if we're going in the way, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's going in the direction of they're already learning. Their teachers on, there's other things that's teaching them. We're
sure.
we're just we're just the guides to
We're
these
helping them get,
programs,
yeah,
and we're mentors, and I don't know. It's
we're
very
assisting
interesting.
them. Yeah. No, I think that there's a lot of truth there. Wow. Very good. Good stuff.
Well, tell us what you think, everybody. We'll link the article in the description. And is the college essay dead? Is it something that we should grieve if it is dead? To me, that's a negative. But tell us what you think, everybody. We'll see you next time. But goodbye.
Thanks.